welcome to your office
Thank you.
to the Q&A with...
Q&A guys, I'm so excited. First Q&A with Martin Lisses.
We're gonna go deep.
Very deep.
You want to get into it?
Let's get into it.
Let's dive.
First one is for Thor.
Okay.
No, it's for both of you, kind of. You and Martin seem to be very different styles of strongman with different advantages. Could you both give us your biggest strength and biggest weakness in your own eyes? So, either one of you.
Do you want to have the pleasure starting?
Sure. One thing I noticed is that Thor and I are disciplined in different ways. Thor is very disciplined about eating a lot and growing enormous. I've never met someone so on point with his meals. I mean, it's awesome. And every time I'm here, I get to pick up on that and learn how to eat better and eat more. I've always been very good about my mobility and positioning every day, focusing on stretching and being able to put my body in positions that are advantageous for me. So that's my take on it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree on that. You know, I thought they were maybe asking on what's the strength in strongman. You know, for example, events wise. You know. But I don't know. Maybe it's more.
I would say both. You could. How about just saying both?
Saying both.
So you said your weakness is your diet, maybe.
Yeah, but I could eat more because Thor is so strong statically.
And then your.
I mean, in life and just regular life, I guess my biggest weakness is maybe my sleep, to be completely.
Really?
Even though I try, you know, everything is almost on point. To be honest with you, I'm not like I work very hard for where I am, and you know, I try to be on point with everything. You know, but sometimes I don't get 8 hours or I wake up, you know, a few times during the night to pee or poo, maybe, you know.
I feel like that's fine.
It's probably fine, but you know, I feel a huge difference when I'm able to get those 8-9 hours if I only wake up once. If, for example, this morning I woke up a little bit sore because I woke up quite often, you know. That's my opinion.
You normally aren't sore?
Well, yeah, I get sore, but I can feel the difference if I get a good night's sleep, you know.
Yeah,
you remember what you said yesterday?
Yeah. Yesterday, Thor pranked us by saying, "Hey guys, I feel a little sore after that workout."
Have you ever felt that?
Have you guys ever felt sore?
Yeah.
What?
I was just joking about it. But you know,
species.
But you know, like I've said before, I feel like my diet is on point. And I feel like, you know, my recovery is on point. When I'm talking about recovery, I'm talking about like when it comes to, you know, helping the recovery, doing hot and cold treatments, getting
good about that. Yeah.
Getting treatments done, you know, and then training is just comes naturally, you know. I always have. I work closely with my coach Sebastian Arab, and we go through the programming, you know, quite often together. You know, I send him videos, he'll tell me his opinion, I'll tell him my opinion, and then we work together on finding the best solution for the upcoming weeks. I actually just spoke to Sebastian today, and he wanted me to train now for a week, just light, you know, taking some, you know, giving my body some break before another week of very heavy lifting. How I usually work it with my coach is we take 1 week light and then we lift for 3 weeks heavy and then 1 week light again, depending on the body. I'm a big believer in listening to the body as well. I'm getting a little bit out of content right now, but anyways, I think that's my strength and weaknesses. You know, I think I'm very strong with, you know, my diet and training, but probably sleep could be better, and mobility.
We don't warm up enough.
This is true. You guys don't do any kind of activations. Thor, you swing your legs a little bit. And then
I do swing my legs, yeah.
You swing your legs and then you're good to go.
Then I'm good to
Big
go.
legs.
You know, one thing that surprises me, that's interesting about strongman is we're all very disciplined for the most part. If you talk to any professional strongman, the easiest part is working out.
Yeah.
We all love the gym. We're obsessed with it. It's all the stuff outside of the gym that gets so tough.
Yeah.
True.
So I'm gonna go for a question for Martins. Could strongman ever become an Olympic sport? Obviously, testing and doping is a factor for many athletes, but could it give a platform for the more natural competitors? I think it would do wonders for the sport. What do you think?
That's a tough one because Olympic sports usually have a lot of regulations. They're very specific. The beauty of strongman is that we need to be strong in whichever way possible. So we do such a huge variety of events and motions, and whereas in the Olympics, it's very specific. We'd have to really narrow down to the sport a lot. And like I said, the beauty is the variety, and also to really push the human limits to see what's possible, what our bodies can truly achieve. And I don't think the Olympics would really allow for that.
Yeah, I agree. So, Thor, will you attempt the world record for powerlifting? That would be the ultimate combination. Imagine winning both and setting records in both. I think you could get a 440 deadlift, 280 bench, and a 500 squat with 1 year prep.
Well, first, thank you. Those are some nice numbers, Ben. That's awesome. If I ever were able to
You could do it, bro.
squat 500, that'd be very, very nice. But yeah, I feel strong. I don't know, I don't want to sit here and promise you guys that I will attempt the all-time world record in powerlifting when my passion is towards strongman. I love strongman, I love competing in strongman, and it's very hard to be disciplined in both sports. I believe that I would need at least 6 months, a good preparation to be able to have a shot at the all-time records. I only trained roughly, I don't know, a month for a powerlifting meet last year. Was it last year or year before? Last year.
Yeah, last year. Yeah, Thor's power thing, yeah.
Yeah. And I was able to total 1100, which is 40 kilograms away from the all-time world records.
Yeah, man.
So I honestly believe I can do it. Just with the right preparation.
You can do more than 440.
Yeah, you could. That came. You barely worked for it, and it came so easy.
Yeah, so maybe
That's
480. If you do a 480 squat, you can definitely do a 460 deadlift.
But I'm also on your side with this. Your passion is strongman.
My passion is strongman, so I don't like to sit here and tell you guys that I'm gonna go and attempt it, But I'm not gonna sit here as well and say I'm not gonna. It is something that it's on my mind, and I would like to do it at some point in my career, but we'll just have to wait and see.
So, what rogue record breaker event would each of you want to do, if any? So we'll start out with Martins.
With a little bit more prep, I would love to go for the stone world record.
What is the stone world record right now? How
It's a good question. Isn't it around 560?
I think so.
I think Tom Stoltman just... No, he just did a series world record. No, but yeah, I think it must be around 560. I don't know, but it would be really cool to have that one. I think stone lifting is like a staple of strongman. Any truly good strongman knows how to lift stones. There's nothing convenient about them. There's no handles. There's no obvious way to hold it. I think it's a true test of total body strength.
Definitely, I agree. And that's one of the events that you've improved on a lot in the last coming years, actually. Yeah, that's great. For me, I don't know, something new or something that I have already. I actually hold the world record in back row bar and 50 back row bar.
Went over the moon, actually, not the bar.
Yes.
So ridiculous, man.
I mean, I was.
You're a trebuchet.
I have the world record in that, and then I have the world record on the elephant bar, and with the 56 pounds weight. If I would like to break something else, I don't know, I mean, right now, to be honest with you guys, on my mind is the deadlift. I would be lying if I wouldn't be saying that, you know.
Fair answer.
Yeah, that's been on my mind, and you know, the deadlift is feeling strong, and I am very confident about breaking that record in 2020 this year. But like I said before, you know, a lot of people are talking about the 501. If we're gonna attempt that, the deadlift will be the 4th event at the Strongman Classic. So I guess we'll just have to, you know, see how the body feels. I'm not gonna attempt it, obviously, if I have aches and pains and if I feel like I'm gonna risk an injury when I'm fighting against this guy here for the title.
I'm probably gonna get 2nd place on that deadlift. That's my plan. I'm not gonna get heavier than this guy though.
Yeah.
This time.
This time.
Next time, we'll see.
Yeah, so the deadlift it is, yeah.
Yep.
I want to see you get it. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Thor again. If you do not have access to a hot and cold tub, what some alternative ways to so it's probably what are some alternative ways to recover from workouts?
That's a good one. I'm a huge believer in a good diet. If you eat well, give your body the right nutrition, you will recover better. And I'm also a big believer in a good night's sleep. If you sleep well, you will recover faster. So those 2 things are going to help you a lot if you take care of those 2 things. A 3rd one is to find a therapist, someone that for me personally, I've tried everything. I've tried massage, that and that and that. For me, graston is like scraping. For me, that has helped me a lot. It basically just forces blood into that area, and you know, for me, that has helped me a lot. And if you guys haven't tried it, go check that out. I love it. So those 2 things. If you don't have the access to hot and cold treatment, just focus on the sleep. Focus on the diet, and then try graston. I will promise you guys, if you have those 3 on point, you'll recover better.
And stretching.
And stretching.
What's that?
Some people do it.
Okay. I'll Google it.
Some doesn't do this.
Yeah, I've seen him do that. It's probably helping.
When you said therapist, I thought you meant like psychologist.
Physiotherapist.
Then it clicks.
So maybe like why
okay,
not?
yeah,
Why not
like,
have a therapist?
let's all start with the mind.
Yeah, why not have a therapist? Maybe that's a great idea.
That's what probably I need right now.
So, what is your favorite TV show right now? Both of you.
So right now I've been watching The Witcher. That's been my favorite TV show.
Okay.
I love the video game, and now I love the show. Thor, you gotta watch it, man. It's really cool.
Yeah, one day, man.
Thor doesn't really watch things.
I do watch things because my wife, she's obsessed with television.
She also likes The Witcher.
Yeah, she watched that. I haven't watched that.
You're missing out.
Yeah, I'm missing out. The last thing that myself and my wife were watching together was Sex Education, and I enjoyed that show. Yeah, I guess that's my favorite show at the moment, you know.
Okay. So let's go for a question for Thor. Oh, this is a good one. Picking this one for sure. Opinions on Eddie Hall calling you out on his 500K video, saying that your attempt at 500K didn't count because it wasn't the right bar.
Oh, I got some opinions on this.
Yeah, me too, but
if you don't mind.
Sure.
But one thing I want to say is that when Thor is doing this on the elephant bar, he's doing it without a suit. That's much harder.
Yeah.
To do the elephant bar certainly has a whip, but I think the suit helps more than the elephant bar whips. And the whip can actually make it harder too, because if you pull too fast, that whip can pull you right back down. That's what I have to say about it.
Yeah, I think I must agree on that, you know. There's a lot of people, it's funny, you know, how people have very strong opinion on that. Like Like everyone have access to the elephant bar, but in reality, you know, regular Joe out there, you know, they don't have access, you know, to the elephant bar. They don't know how the bar reacts, you know. So how are they able to judge and say that the elephant bar is easier or harder or so on and so on? I guess the only people really that can judge it are the people that have trained with it and actually, you know, pulled on the bar. And you know, I honestly haven't seen that video. I haven't heard him, you know, calling me out saying that my 501 attempt, you know, blah blah blah. I didn't see that, but you know, so I don't really have an opinion on that. I would have to watch it first to have really an opinion on it. But I agree on this though. I think, you know, doing a 501 kilogram on an elephant bar is tougher than 500 kilogram deadlift with a suit on a, you know. And then also we have to keep in mind, guys, that this is the fourth event at Arnoldstone Classic, the heaviest show in the world.
His was just a deadlift.
You know. So, you know, being fresh, just doing a deadlift, it's a totally different story. You know, I'm not taking anything away from that deadlift. It's great and it's huge and it's, you know, no one else has done it, you know, but you know, it's still different, you know.
Yeah, I think that sums it up. I agree. So, for Martins, or maybe both of you, I don't know, how much could Thor log press if he had Martins' abilities / flexibility to do things like push and jerk or split jerks?
I've always, like, Thor, you have such an enormous strict press. Like, over 400 pounds I've seen you be able to strict press, and it went up easy. I could never, like, you know, my best strict press is around 350 pounds, like, when the stars align. I've always been curious if Thor could use that full leg drive and be able to drop under the weight in a split jerk. I think he would have a world record. Personally, I think he would.
Wow, thank you, man.
Yeah, it's just such enormous pressing power that if added with that timing and technique, huge weights would go up.
Yeah, it's good for him to hear this because he's his worst enemy. He would never he wouldn't like psych himself, or he wouldn't say that he would get it, even though he's fucking strong enough.
Yeah.
We all know that, but he's just so down to earth that he wouldn't say it. So it's good for him to hear someone else say
he could get a world record.
I agree, for sure.
I want to see that.
Thank you, guys.
So, what's your guys' PRs on deadlifts, squat, and bench? Also, Hafthor, you're looking strong as hell! Sorry, that was caps lock.
No.
I had to.
Thank you, man.
We'll put that emphasis in there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. So I didn't meet not so long ago, but I guess he's talking, you know, training wise, because, you know,
I would say so. Just what's your best?
Best ever. You know, okay, best ever. It's actually so squat is 440 actually in a competition.
Yeah.
Nice.
Raw.
Not with a suit on, you know. I did go down and up with 460, but I didn't get a green light, you know.
And it was the same speed as 440. Just putting that out there.
Wow.
Good. So basically, let's cut the bullshit. 440 bench, 250 deadlift on the elephant bar, 474 kilograms.
Nice.
It's an okay total, man.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
But then Martins?
My bench, laughable. My best ever, I think, was like, it was actually narrow. I've never tested heavier than this with a regular bench, but I did a narrow bench press for 2 reps, I believe, at 190 kilograms. I've never even tried heavier than that, never done regular bench heavier than that, but it's always been a very difficult motion for me, and I barely train it.
So if you don't train it and you're taking a close grip bench and you don't like it and you do a double at 190, I would say that's exceptionally good.
I don't think I could do that right now because my nerve is shutting off my right tricep. It's getting a lot better, so much better, especially with the hot and cold actually.
Nice.
No joke, 'cause I feel so much stronger already.
That's awesome.
Just doing the hot and cold.
That's awesome.
I don't know if I can swear, but yeah.
Of course.
F yeah. My best deadlift was 440 kilograms. I have not tried total with an over under. I will say this, I have very strong grip, so I don't think that would affect me too much, but definitely easier with straps, no doubt. Best squat, I've never tried more than 750 pounds, and I've done that for reps. 750 in kilograms. So what was I weight in the worlds? 340 kilograms-ish. I did that for 9 reps at World's Strongest Man. I had plenty left in the tank. I could have done several more repetitions. Each one went up smooth and easy, but I've never tried everything that. I treat squats and bench press, even deadlifts, as accessory to strongman.
Even deadlift.
Even deadlift, I'll train a little bit more seriously, but squats and bench press certainly are accessories.
Wow.
Fair. So, this is a good one. Hardest part about having sex as a strongman?
The hardest part about having sex as strongman for me is overheating. I feel like I need a fan on me at all times. If it's summertime, blast that air conditioning.
Yeah.
God, that's
Wow, is that towards me as well?
That was
towards
for him,
me.
and I know you very well. I know that you don't like answering these questions.
Well,
It was just
you know, if I feel tired, I just lay there, you know.
okay. After training, it's very difficult. I would say that after training,
so
I'm dead.
So just the actual activity of having this sex is the hardest part.
Only after training. On an off day, it's my favorite form of cardio.
Okay.
It is a good cardio though. I have to admit that.
It's good for your cardiovascular system and everything. So, on to the next. Thor. This is a good one. What's the benefit of the underbelt that you guys wear?
Oh,
yeah.
I have liked wearing the underbelt, you know, since the beginning of my career, and you know, I like wearing it. It gives my back a nice support and warmth, and I started wearing that, you know, since the beginning of my career, and have done since until now, today, you know, and I love it, you know, and it also, yeah, that's the biggest benefit for me, really, you know, it gives, you know, a nice warmth and a support to your, you know, waist, you know.
The support is like so much more.
Yeah, because if you use just a regular powerlifting belt, it's almost like you just feel that acute pressure in that one spot. But when you put the underbelt on, it evens that pressure out, so you feel like your whole back, the lower back is supported. That, and I don't know if you've ever had this problem, but in strongman you have to lift logs, stones, and if you don't wear the underbelt, sometimes your skin can get pinched between the belt and the object you're lifting. That's the main reason for me.
Oh wow, that's the main reason why I use it.
Yeah, because I used to get such bruises before I got an underbelt, like bruised all over my stomach just from lifting stones and logs, and it was just unbearable at some point. Get an underbelt. For a while I used a towel, so I wouldn't get that pinch.
Oh wow. Okay.
From Martins, is it difficult training with your rivals as the contest gets closer?
I think training with my rivals and good friend, your Thor, is awesome leading up to a competition, because being here pushes me that much more, and I'm here to also push him, to learn from him, and that way when we go into competition, we're truly at our best. I'll know that I've not held anything back, because during here in training, I want to go and get these heavier weights up that much more.
Yeah.
That's it for me. So
I want to just like put this in here. You will never find a sport in the entire fucking world. I've played so many sports that you will have two of the biggest rivals in any form of competition that will team up, good friends, team up to help each other, push each other to get better, and then go and compete against each other. Where else is this possible than strength sport? Honestly, this is beautiful. This is the most beautiful thing about this game. The strength sport game is like.
I keep hearing that too. Something about strongman.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah, I love it. You know, I just wanna, you know, I just love training with, you know, guys like you. You know, it pushes me to, you know, it pushes me even further. You know, and you know. You know, it's just great, you know, and being able to just share knowledges and, you know, give you tips and you give me tips, it's just awesome, you know. And we are not afraid to, you know, give each other tips, you know. It's just like we have the same mindset with that. We are just both willing to share everything and we want to win each other at our best, you know.
So much more fun.
So much more fun.
Yeah. And I'm also here to try to sneak a banana peel where if ever Thor walks, so he trips and falls. No, I keep trying, but he dodges all of them, so I've given up on that.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, it never works.
It never works.
Well, I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. That's a nice quick Q&A, guys. I just wanna thank Martin Isis so much for being here with me today and allowing me to film this, you know.
Let's work out, man.
Let's train now. Let's go train.
I need to figure out how to throw like you do.
We're gonna right now. We're gonna go throw some bags, do some squats, do some wheel of pain. You know when I'm saying wheel of pain, we're gonna push some yoke, have a lot of fun.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you guys.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what up, guys? Me and Martin Lisis here in Iceland, both freezing. It is about to get much colder. So today is the first challenge of 3. Super exciting stuff. And it's gonna be a team challenge. So for example, Martin Lisis and Romark against myself and Runar. Whoever, the team that stays the longest wins. And just simple rules here: hands, elbows, tits and feet have to stay in the water. If one of the team members takes, for example, one hand out of the water, or elbow, a titty, or the feet, then that team is out. Good luck to Team Thor.
It's okay, man.
Yeah!
It's okay, Martin.
Let's do this!
Martin, it's okay, man. It's alright, man. We're all here with you, man. We're all here with you, man.
Okay, everybody put their right leg and left leg in now. Okay? And the ass and the body. Go in. Okay, now we're all in. Hands over. Wait, timer, okay. The challenge has officially started. This is exciting. Ég ekki hreyfa mikið, og hreyfa það er kaldara. Alveg kjur, anda bara, minna anda.
Ja, you talk our own language.
Tölum svona íslensku, það er miklu erfið að
Það haldur við séum bara góður. Heldur þeir séu að panika það?
Já, það er mjög gott að vera að tala.
Já,
Þá gleymur þau svona.
Veistu hvað hann stærri er að gera? Hann er að hlýja myndatökumöðin sínum á tásum.
It's a cool sound.
Herðu það, helvið synd. Hvað er það? Nei.
Stop there, you're talking in own language, you can't understand him.
Þetta hann er byrjað að panika.
They time goes faster.
Hann er að...
A bunch of jerks.
Hann er að panika.
A bunch of jerks.
I think they're making fun of us.
Yeah, they're making fun of us.
Já, það er svo grína.
You know who the worst character in Game of Thrones was? The Mountain.
Welcome.
Are you gonna put like subtitles in this shit?
Það var hérna fyrst eða?
Já, það er sniðið, já.
Sér smá svolítið?
Þú svimar, sko.
Nei.
It's been 2 minutes now.
Ekki sjens, sko. Ég var brjálaður á fyrir upp, sko.
With this lighting, it makes you look like a murderer right now.
Well, Martins is dizzy, man.
I'm cold.
Should we hug our body for warmth? No, you got it, bro. You got it. You got it. My body, my mind is telling me no. Focus.
Ég er það alveg.
Focus.
Ég er bara spókast að ég sé að tapa, sko.
Nei.
Og það ég er alveg að sála, sko. Það er ekki verið að hlæja, sko. Það er ógeðslega að hlæja, sko.
Come on. 4 minutes. We got this.
Sko, tækna er alveg að sála.
Það er að versta, sko.
I'm so fucking cold.
I'm fucking good, boys. You got this. You got this. Come on, Martins. Focus.
No.
It's been 6 minutes now.
No.
I have no clue what they're saying. But
Já.
we won! Let's go! Let's go all day, baby! I can do that all day! Yeah!